A little bit of a mismatch here. Raw versus Los Llantas. It's going to be a tough match for the Wheels. That is, of course, their name in English, Los Llantas. Raw definitely going to have the upper hand. We'll see what they're able to do. We are, again, in here in the server, waiting for our ready-ups to come out. We'll keep you updated. Okay, y'all, it is the hour of reckoning. Raw versus Los Llantas, round 1 of Swiss here at RBT7 is underway. Once we get those ready ups in from Raw, very gracious to make sure all the casters are in here first, etc. We are going to be headed in shortly. It's going to be Raw starting off on Special Infected, Los Llantas on the Survivors, and here at Chapter 1 of Parish. Not a ton of points up for grabs, but often a very high momentum chapter, a make or break kind of chapter. The tank is at 70%, but it might be a little bit misleading. He's going to be up very soon after about 2 hits by Raw. We'll see what they're able to do, but we are live. Los Llantas full speed straight ahead. Coach taking point very quickly. Hunter hopping through. Jockey does get in. He gets him. Oh no, he carries him all the way home. Survivors more focused on clearing that Hunter, and they do succeed at doing so, but straight out the gate, the jockey on the head, they can't clear it. He carries it all the way. It's going to be a nice 7.5% chunk there. And Nick is running it down. Are going to be spawning in the tank shortly. Charger, Boomer, Hunter, Smoker for Raw if they choose to take it, but they can also delay. Once the tank gets spawned in, they can try to delay the Survivors to keep them from making it down this road, because they're going to try to run it back, avoid hitables. It's also just a very wide open spot to take the tank. They are just going to send it, giving Los Llantas what they want, and they'll connect with a double end cap. The Smoker will get overlapped by the Charger, but still a nice double end cap, dropping them below 80% on the bonus as the tank comes in. First tank going to be SCL. So SI is choosing not to try a delay. They just went for the hit. Survivors are likely going to be allowed free entry back through the waterfront market. We've got Boomer, Jockey, Hunter available for Raw. SCL taking it slow, doesn't want to get chipped down. You see the Survivors going for a little bit of chip on the tank if they can do it. It's freaking Raw. All right, Boomer on the head. CI is going to be trickling in. SCL takes the high ground. Took about 25 points of damage. He does get chipped down a little bit further now, but nothing too major at all. You still have the Jockey Hunter available for Raw. Gives an audio cue. Charger, Hunter, Jockey. Charger sets up off by the brick building over to the side. And our tank is in. Jockey trying to pounce overhead. He's been chipped past 50 already. Getting lasered down. Finally getting his first smack. Charger, the Hunter, Jockey both connecting, but the Charger can't do it. That being said, still going to have a great chunk of damage here onto Llantas. He gets the down. He tries to run away. He holds on to 300 health. They're being very gracious, giving him the escape here. He's going to be able to play a very dangerous game here. The rock onto Rochelle. It will knock her. But she's going to hold the pickup, going to be able to pick up Ellis there. The rocks continue to get pelted overhead. Raw SCL on 277 health. At this point, Llantas is going to try to move forward. We do still have the car! My lord, Llantas, a little bit of, how should we say, a slip of the mind, a slip of the tongue, and Raw SCL is still going to be holding on to 250 health as Rochelle is just gunning it all the way home at this point. She's going to do her best here. All of these survivors going to be left to die. We do have the Jockey on the head, which she, not quite. Charger's going to follow it up and finish it off, though. And that is going to be it for Chapter 1 as far as Llantas' Survivor round. Going to be giving Raw a try here. Insane car play. Kind of lined up straight into it, though, I will say at the same time. So here's Rochelle tanking that rock to the head to pick up Ellis. A very, just kind of a power play, just playing chicken a little bit. He's happy to do it. Unfortunately, y'all won't get to see that rock. I'm going to try. Okay, so Raw is giving a moment. Let's see that car. Boom! Okay, as we head back to our live match, Raw, in the meantime, pushing up a bit. They're very much more cautious than Llantas was, dealing with the Jockey. Hunter does connect into a Hunt spit. Okay, well done by Llantas. They're still going to manage to get about 3%. Okay, let's see if they'll be able to recover from that Das Auto Momento. They're going to be able to pull in the tank here soon. We'll see if maybe Llantas finds any more damage. Charger, Smoker, Jockey. They do call for the go-go. Boomer's waiting by the side. Smoker ghost hops over, pulls in Ellis, is going to get cleared immediately. Charger as well. Nothing doing. That's a dead hit for Llantas. Sidestep by Raw. Extremely well done. Quick clears coming out. And super, what's his name? Super Pinwee, full power. First tank for Llantas. This is a good time to give some roster rundowns. Llantas, we got Topo Yiyo, Maze Ult, the one and only El Ruidatash, as well as Super Pinwee full power. On Raw, we got Nephilim, Dalal, SCL, and Jinxie. Okay, Llantas taking their time. I say it, but the charge comes out. It's going to be good. He gets meleeed. A lot of damage coming out on that melee hit. That is often why you see players go to melee the tank on the back when he's got a player in the corner, because it does so much damn damage. So, Llantas' tank goes to second pass. They've managed to chip down just a couple percentages on the side of Raw, but nothing major. And he's got to attack here soon. He can continue taking damage to keep him alive, trading it out for frustration. But it does look like they're going to try to send it. They've got the boom as well, still in the mix. He didn't send it. Hunter connects. Same target as the Smoker, unfortunately. Could have been a little bit of an isolated 2-2 hit, but unfortunately overlapping targets. The boom will connect. And, hey, he's managing... Well, I was going to say he's managing to get a couple smacks in, but proving me wrong there. They do get 3 punches from Super Pinwee full power. SI is not really able to make much happen on the follow-up. Boomer, yeah, connecting with 1, but those CIs trickling in a little bit late. Hunter and Smoker are unfortunately overlapping on their hit, so Hunt did get a little bit of damage in, but not too much utility, which is what you really need on the tank. So actually Raw is going to take it down this classic corridor here. We've got the verticality hit potential by Llantas. They're going to send it. Charger gets sidestepped. Jockey is on the head, going to be carried into the spit. But again, quick clears coming out. And Raw going to be gunning it through here. Got almost 500 bonus to their name. Keep in mind, only 300 distance points available. So that's 3/4 of the bonus just about. And that's going to be, like I said, massive momentum headed into Chapter 2. I will say my instant replay here, not the best. I didn't really have too many chances to get some intense replays. Maybe that pre-tank clear by Raw could have been good, but this is just some quick clears coming out. You got that beautiful sidestep by Rochelle. Look at this, boom. They clear the Charger. Jockey does get on the head, but quick clear before you can really do too much damage in that spit. Got plenty of sightline to work with on the Survivor side, and Raw just sends it. So we're headed to Chapter 2, Park. If you missed the pre-show, you will know, or you wouldn't know, that this is a bit of an underdog story here. Llantas lacking the experience that Raw has, but certainly not over yet, because in Chapter 1, it is the least amount of points available on the board. As we continue through Parish, the points will continue to tally up into larger amounts. But still, 780 points for Raw versus 153. That's going to be a disparity of over 600 points as we head into Chapter 2. Ready Up's coming out. Don't worry, you haven't missed any of the match yet. Just going to show one more time. Beautiful little clears coming out. Okay, and Llantas is going to go for the classic boom over the white van. They got the Jockey Charger set up overhead. Smoker on the police car. Secret Agent Smoker going to be helping out on the hit. We'll see how much intel he's able to gather. Rochelle bravely stepping out. You got to be careful for an instant hit here at Chapter 2 of Parish. They're being allowed to walk out. Boomer going to reposition as Rochelle jumps up on top of the van. Smoker comes out. Is going to get the initial pull. Charge. No. Runs into a railing. That's going to be quick clears coming out of Raw. Rochelle does get hit with the boom. 2% on the hit. Raw is going to be very happy how that first hit went. They're going to be continuing through. 40% is the tank. Likely going to be taking that out here in the courtyard. Under this gazebo. Around the gazebo as well. Charger, Smoker, Spitter, Hunter. They do have the 3-1 with the damage ready to come out. We'll see how they choose to execute on this. Raw going to be taking it slow. Nice self-clear with the cut. Able to one-shot skeet on the Hunter. Everything cleared up with ease so far by Raw. Gonna bring in the tank. Only losing 2.5% of their bonus. Gonna be super healthy. We are gonna have Delaw on 91 HP, SCL on 97, but gonna be very difficult for the tank to down the rest, and them too, honestly. We do have Ellis getting hit down to 90 there. And Mazult gonna be the first or second tank for Llantas. Boomer gonna go in for the sack, gets cleared with nothing to show for itself. Hunter, Jockey have the Charger with that. All right, so actually we have a very aggressive forward stance here by Raw, and they are going to capitalize on that forward stance, that bit of a risk, by locking in 7% damage, 8% on the tank, as the tank tries to get the dumpster into play. Pretty good hit. Does go pretty wide, so the survivors in response going to push up. They can also start to pressure the tank while he goes for other hittables, potentially, if he chooses to go for them. He doesn't have much frustration at all to work with at this point. So I do think that one hittable far deep in the courtyard, that's going to be all he has to work with. He's getting lasered down. Hunter drops down from the gazebo, gets shoddy skeeted. Smoker too far back. Jockey certainly too far back as well. He's getting some smacks. They follow up with the double ACAP. Smoker is available, but the tank goes down nonetheless. And Llantas not really able to fully realize the potential there with that double cap, because that tank just goes down a few seconds too early. So Raw going to be continuing to hop through here just like last chapter. They will hold on to just about 75% of the bonus. Post tank going to be headed into the CETA disease emergency assessment dispatch. Boom attempt, I should say. We got a very important choke here, and we got no third or fourth attacker for it. They are still going to send it. Hunter Spitter spawns in. Charger drops down from... Wow, that charge clear was so damn quick. The Hunter's killed as well. My lord. Quick clears come out of Raw. They will get split into 2-2 here, but it's not going to matter. They have plenty of sight through, and also all the SIs are dead, except for that Boomer turned Jockey. Respawns are starting to come in for Llantas. So far, it's been a very comfortable, smooth match for Raw. They don't have a tank to deal with during this event area. Can often be quite impactful. Not going to be in play for Llantas here, though. They got a Charger, Smoker, Boomer, Jockey. We'll see what they're able to make of it. They do spawn in. A long-range Jockey will connect onto a 2-2 split. The Jockey finally getting cleared, and Coach, after getting cleared, will cut the tongue. But still, Llantas did manage to find a gap there. Well done by them, locking in a good 15%. Probably been their best SI-only hit so far this match. But they're going to need a lot more where that came from. The event being started at the bus terminal. Got to wait for the doors to open here. Llantas will be given another chance at a hit if they desire it. Raw will continue on their merry way, clearing SI or CIs, clearing CIs. The bus terminal finally gets open. Boom. Get a sack. Not going to be able to find even a glimpse of anything there. Spitter, Charger, Hunter remains. Hunter spawns in. Maybe trying to delay Rochelle from leaving the bus terminal here, giving some audio cues. Trying to get the Spitter ready. Well, the Spitter is ready. Charger and Jockey on the back line alongside the Spitter. Hunter just being the bait, but he gets skeeted with ease. Charge on the stumble in the spit. Gonna be locking in some damage there, but unfortunately Jockey finds nothing. Charger finding nothing but a stumble. And Raw will be doing anything but stumbling through the finish line here of Chapter 2. Very decisive Chapter 2 here. Able to lock in a nice nest egg of points, 636, alongside the 500 distance. Unless something magical happens right here. Boom is going to stumble off the Hunter. Spitter gets cleared. Jockey onto nothing. You don't really need the boom there at the end because it's the end. So maybe we would like to see the Hunter get the full damage there if possible, but not going to be a huge difference either way. Over 1,100 points locked in by Raw. They're going to be feeling great. This was the tank attempt by Mazolt. He hit that dumpster pretty far. Wasn't able to get into play at all whatsoever. Was on low frustration here. Just had to go for the full commit. Hunter doing its best, but I mean, it drops down early and it just gets skeeted. I mean, if you give these Raw shoddy players a clean entry like that, where you just land on the ground and you don't in-cap, they will skeet you one shot with the shoddy every day of the week from what it looks like. he did start to build momentum there at the very end, especially with the help of his SI utility, but it was too little, too late. Tank gets cleaned up. SI's thusly able to get cleaned up quite quickly as well. Jockey, Charger, Smoker, Boom for Raw. It looks like they've got a bit of a different positioning here. Boomer setting up above the pink house. Smoker off to the side. We often see that, as well as a Charger Jockey overhead. Of course, Charger can, if he gets impatient, can just hop straight over, charge up the stairs, get a collat here. We got two survivors standing in the doorway, blocking each other, but he isn't going to go for it. They're saving up for a bigger hit. The Smoker comes out first. Jockey, confusion. Charger does get sidestepped by Coach. A nice double in cap by the Jockey Smoker, but it is pretty short-lived. Boom going to be causing some havoc from the CIs just for a percentage and a half. Well, actually, it's starting to add up here. Reloading. And once everything's said and done, that's actually going to be a big... I mean, I expected more damage-wise, but the damage ended up getting there is what I mean to say. We got a Hunter Jockey Boomer Spit. Yes, we got a 2-2 here at the Pavilion. We'll see what Raw chooses to do with this. Of course, they don't want to hit this wide open area. Jockey set up at an unusual spot overhead. Hunter does spawn in early, giving some audio. Maybe? Yeah, there we go. Okay, Jockey ended up dropping off of that position. He gets the skeet. Well done by Llantas. Jockey trying to finish the job with Nick. Unfortunately, walks into it, but he doesn't have time to carry Nick into the spit. So Llantas is going to be continuing surviving here. A very well executed hit. Keep in mind how much we've been hyping up Raw, but Llantas having a moment here. We'll see if they're able to connect it into a good tank hit. It does look like they want to go for the aggressive stance. At least Rochelle was considering it. Dumpster starts to get volleyed closer and they think maybe not. And this is often the difference we see between good and great teams, is those great teams will so often take these aggressive angles against the tank. Whenever they can get additional chip, they'll go for it. Charger gonna be oh my goodness, the double in cap follows up. Smoke getting a scratch or two, just gonna go for the pull. Unfortunately, the tank could not volley through the alleyway. That dumpster hit would have been impeccable if he could have knocked it right over onto their noggins during that double in cap, but will be dealt with. Okay, wow, he hits it right next to that gazebo. Boomer comes over for two. Oh my goodness. Nephilim, second tank for Raw. He's going to have open season on this dumpster, having to deal with the common infected. Rochelle getting picked up, knocked down by that dumpster. Got Coach in the corner. We got the Jockey doing some intel work off by the side. This tank has plenty of health. He's going to be able to cover for the Jockey. He even moves the Jockey character in front of the dumpster, but it's not going to be necessary because these survivors are so isolated from each other, and that will be the full tank wipe. Nephilim still holding on to over 2k HP. Let's watch that back. Tries with the dumpster, and you think, well, he misses. It goes way wide. Walks straight back to it, and it's kind of like a golf situation there. He just skims it across the ground. It climbs up the hill, curves over. A little curveball onto Rochelle. Able to follow up with Coach over in the corner. We got this one survivor way off by the wayside. He gets double teamed by a Charger Jockey. That Jockey was moving around on the back lines for a long time behind enemy lines there. He's able to make it happen, though, thanks to that kind of separation coming out of the survivors, and of course that early dumpster really facilitating the clear. And now you can see the difference that how the difference coming into how you hit the dumpster. Llantas' tank hit the dumpster pretty deep past the gazebo, whereas Raw's tank just tips it over in front of the gazebo, is able to just climb over the wall. Dumpster's right there, able to start playing with it immediately. Boomer helping out as well with the double boom. So much CI pressure, common infected pressure coming out. And let's head back to our live match here. Spitter, Charger, Jockey, Smoker. We got Jockey directly overhead. Spitter on the other end of the overpass. Charger behind a pole. Smoker from behind as well. Look at the different angles. It's like a four-corner styled hit. Every SI coming from a different angle there. And none of them really going to be able to capitalize. They get cleared out one by one. I actually love the vision there by Llantas, just trying to keep all the survivors looking the wrong way, essentially, no matter where they look. But ultimately, just going to get lightning fast clears, and it's not going to be able to come to fruition. They do have a hit on the bus here if they so desire. Boomer's setting up to try to get a cheeky little boom as they hop over. Hunter sets up. Charger, Jockey ready to go above the cold beer and po' boys. I think that's a gas station, so maybe just a little side store. And look at how conservative Raw is here. They know the hit is coming in. They want to be very careful. We do still get some rolling in caps come out as well as the triple boom, but nothing major. Very quick clears, especially Rochelle, just watching her teammates intently, ready immediately for the hit. And Raw is just going to be able to continue through here. Now, coming up is this apartment hit that I hype up every time, and it never works. So, I don't know, maybe you could go for a hit after they start to jump. Maybe you could do something there. But this hit in the apartments typically does not seem to really work. We got the Hunter set up outside. It does look like they're poised to go for it. Maybe an off-angle hit. No, oh, right, the tank is in. Okay, so they're not even going to, now they're going to start to, I mean, the Smoker comes out, but he's chilling. I think the Smoker was trying to keep one of them isolated, but it didn't work out. We got a Charger, Spitter still alive. Topo Yio, be the third tank for Llantas. Okay, we go for the smoke into the rock, but the Charger gets cleaned up lightning fast. Look at the aggression here. Again, Raw, just unbridled aggression. He does eventually drop down. Boomer, Smoker, Jockey. Jocker, Smokey. Some of the r4w vocabulary coming into play. Boomer does just get sacked out with ease. Not going to be able to connect on any players of Raw here. Topo Yio continue to get chunked out here. Raw doesn't have any temp health ticking. I guess he's just trying to go for some attacks here, but they haven't worked out so far. He's had to pay with his life force as well as his frustration, which is about to be out. He's about to have to go for the full commit, and indeed he does drop down. We got 3 rifles pointing straight at him. Smoker does get insta-cleared. Hunter on the back lines does eventually find Rochelle. He's got half his health left. He unfortunately knocks Rochelle to the high ground, but she drops down, getting double-teamed by the Jockey Hunter. He gets her into the corner using that refrigerator. She will eventually go down, but it's just a 1 cap, no mas. And once again, for the 3rd chapter in a row, Raw will be hovering right around 3/4 of the bonus left post tank. So Raw has been very consistent so far. Nice little cheeky boom onto Rochelle. We got a Spitter Smoker Charger. A very influential, at least has the potential to be influential here. Kind of an all or nothing hit here at the pipeline. Can try to catch a survivor out if they don't drop in tandem. Also, they got to go back up the pipeline eventually. From below the pipeline, the Boomer finds one. Nicely done. Gonna have some delay here. Okay, so we do have Charger, Spitter dropping down. It looks like they actually want to hit in the pipeline. Nick drops down early. He clears the boom, and he's just hanging out down there. We got the Smoker being isolated. The Charge Spit aren't really trying to capitalize on it. They're just hanging out still. Spit does eventually spawn in as well as the Charger, and he goes for it, but they're all looking at him at this point. I would have really liked to see that happen while all eyes were on that Smoker, not while all eyes are on the pipeline with Nick. And the Smoker is just going to let them drop down. Likely going to try to go Ghost form and try to get a hit as they exit the pipeline above. But he's not. It's going to be tough for him to have time to do it. Raw just guns it out. It's a tactic we've seen so many teams do lately. It's just gunning it out of the second half of that pipeline. Jockey cleared. Hunter will find a target. Smoke able to do some damage to Rochelle. Boomer on the back line. No car alarms being popped. They will get hit for about 10%. Not bad, but again, they're in a major deficit here after not being able to get too much done with that tank. They find themselves in a similar position here at the cemetery. Will this be their final resting place? Or will they find a big hit to at least take away 800 bonus out of Raw's hands? Charger, Spitter, Smoker, Jockey. 3 sets of pills left for Raw. Temp health only on Rochelle. Instant cut by Ellis. Again, if you have a sword, if you have a fire axe, etc., you can cut that tongue instantly. And that's the second time we've seen it this match, dealing with those smokers instantly. A lot of not like understanding of how the game will be played out. Just got that sharp weapon ready to go, ready to cut the smoke tongue. Raw's just gonna hop through here. Last chance hit for Los Llantas. Smoke comes out on the back line. Jockey trying its best. Hunter unfortunately getting cleared out there. And they are just going to be able to hop in. 819 bonus. Again, the bonus can only be multiples of 4. So it'll be slightly different from that number. But who cares? You know what I mean? It's going to be 1,400 points locked in. Who cares? So we're watching back. This was the tank attempt out of Los Llantas. Topo Yiyo, which my personal favorite name of our match tonight. And we got some good names too, but Topo Yiyo going to be taking the cake. Don't have a chance to watch the rest of that instant replay, but honestly, you're not missing a whole lot. Unfortunately, Los Llantas just wasn't able to put those pieces together. It was a lot of pressure onto Rochelle. It was nice, a double team onto Rochelle, making sure she was locked down, but so much stock was put into getting Rochelle in range that the hit will come in for Raw. Charger into the spit. And that's how you want to do it. Able to lock in 6% there. A little bit of friendly fire counting for another 0.5%.
Reload. Look out now.
Okay, heading into the apartment complex. Smoker is out. They're going for an early hit, as far as I would say. Spit Hunt will be locked down here. Finally, Rochelle finding the clear. Some death spit as well. Oh no, oh no. Down 20%. That second hit going to be amounting for about 14% of it too. A beautiful, beautiful hit. Kind of a surprising hit too. You got those quintessential Left 4 Dead choke points that everyone's really scared of, but You can see how well those surprise hits can work out as well.
I'm a reload.
Again, going for a hit before the second apartment complex. Jockey will manage to find a foothold, trying to carry away. Finally, Coach finds some sightline and locks it down. Rochelle going to be meleeing away at those CIs. So they're not going to have a hit here for the tank to be spawned in. But as we saw from Llantas, that hit, they saved the hit anyways. And this is an interesting play here because I would say that other tank spot that Raw went for was kind of just a really ideal spot. So, I mean, this is an okay spot too, I suppose, to be taking the tank. It's often a spot we see players take that tank, but I really think Raw had the right idea by taking it out there in the open. We'll see what Delaw is able to do here. He's just going to be running it down, not going to be waiting anytime at all. He could wait for the temp health to tick, but maybe wants to get a knock and climb away, hide. Whoa, we got the charger. Oh my god, the double end cap. He already had one down. He's going to find the other down. He's not even going to cover for this charger because he knows a smoker can just clean it up if he needs to. And boom, that's going to be the round. Oh my lord. Another lockdown by Raw. Had those points incorrect. I do apologize. No, it is not Los Llantas running away with the lead. That's going to be Raw. Let's watch that tank round back. I'm like, okay. I mean, you could have waited for temp health here, but he just wants to go. He feels like that's a perfect spot for the survivors to be in, and indeed it was. Able to get hit after hit, the charger from the sidelines, and the hunter follows up on Rochelle in the back. As you know, one survivor already in-capped. That's really what you want to do if you can make it happen, because less potential for those clears, both as they find their target and as they hit their target. So we are going to be headed to quarter, chapter 4. For the parish, and unfortunately Los Llantas has not been able to find a footing in this match. They are right about 500 points while Raw is at over 3,300. Likely the last chapter here, y'all, so I will give a quick mention. Pumita Cup is approaching its very final rounds. We're down to about, I think, 4 teams left starting next week. We are going to have a losers bracket elimination match after this. No Skilch Academy is going to be playing off against SmackDown, and SmackDown actually has a couple of members in the really big tournament 7. Lehu. I don't want to say Lehu because I'm not sure if he's associated. I don't think he's on the Pumita Cup team, but he does have experience playing with some of the same members that are on some of our RBT7 teams. So just waiting for that ready up. Just a little bit of an aside. I know y'all mostly care about that RBT7 Action, which is what we're going to be getting right back into and we'll be covering for the whole damn weekend, starting tomorrow morning, Saturday, like 8 or 9 a.m. Eastern time. We're going to be headed right into it, just like Los Llantas is going to be trying to head straight into the first hit of Chapter 4. Smoker, Hunter, Charger, boom, to start us off. Smoker does not connect, and then the Hunter finds the team, or gets team skeeted out. Smoker will eventually find a little bit of a pull, but beautiful. And if that Smoker tongue was able to connect, that likely would have been the Hunter on his target. A bulk of the damage on that Hunter came out from the player who was aiming to get Smoker tongue in cap. Indeed, that Chapter 3 round by Raw, incredible support SI play. Really what you want to see. And the patience as well, not just going in to distract the survivors early on, but how often do we see those top teams with insane patience on their SI support during tank rounds? Moving back to our current match as it stands, Raw will drop down, bring in the tank. Smoker comes out immediately, gets cleared. Hunter's going to get skeeted as well. Spitter. It will try to delay. We'll get a little bit of standing spit. Rochelle gets cornered off to the side. Jockey. Ooh, that could have been pretty nice if the jockey was able to maybe carry him away into that garage. It would have been tough, though, because Raw's players are so damn accurate, no matter if it's a shotgun or an SMG. They really have lightning quick clears, even though one of them is on red ping. We got pings across the board here on Raw. Boomer trying to get a sneaky little boom, but the survivors both into that nook there and just doesn't connect. Now the Boomer's just stranded. Does he sack? Does he just... He's going to be chilling. He's hanging out. They want to make this boom connect. They head forward into the bar. We got the billiards tables up ahead. That tank does not want to play any games, though, so he's going to prevent them from walking up there to that second level. He immediately corners Ellis, but Ellis is playing on the tables. He's up here causing a ruckus on the tables. He finds another corner here. That player is going to continue to try to hop up. Oh my God, it's over before it even started. And what's the magic number? What's the magic number, y'all? For bonus remaining post-tank? Yep, 3/4. Just at 75.3% remaining for Raw. This team has been consistent AF every single tank hit. They've got it down. They've got the map down. Obviously, I mean, it's fucking Parish. Spitter, Jockey, Boomer, Hunter for Los Llantas.
Hunter out there. It's a goddamn man. Hey, that's not cool. Seriously. Kill this
Jockey overlapped with Hunter. Spit is in the mix. Boomer would unfortunately be stumbling Nick if he got cleared, but he's just gonna walk away. Look at that. Oh no! Playing ring around the boom here. Raw will eventually put him out of his misery, clean him up, and hop through the staircases. Big hit potential here right outside. But the survivors are going to be afforded free entry off the back of that dud hit. While I say free entry, it was pretty damn close to being a disaster of sorts, but it will get cleaned out somewhat. They're still able to get a nice chunk, 15% in there. Raw having a slight misstep there, but it could have been a much greater misstep, all things considered, at that spot. They're going to start the event here. I will note, Raw did a good job to keep two survivors running in tandem up there on that upper level. To kind of be able to clear each other. You know, if the survivors can clear one, then that one can stand up and clear the other one, etc., etc. Jockey can't just pull into a side room and you can never catch him. That sort of stuff. Charger! Wow! The magical Charger comes out by Topo Yiyo! That's my boy. Into the spit as well. Look at the damage. And Nick isn't going to die, but he will go all the way down. Beautiful little charge coming out by my boy Topo Yiyo. Los Llantas does not want to let him across. Jockey's pulling the wrong way, though, bro. I guess the door got closed on him there, so he didn't have much of an option. But Jockey carrying him a little Uber delivery service right to the rest of his team. He said, here y'all go. You lost a survivor. Let me bring him right back to y'all. The boom comes out onto 3. But that's going to be just about it for Los Llantas. Survivor's going to be taking it slow, conservative through this point. They've already managed to get so many points through here. There was a massive hit by the Charger. They are, ooh, collat charge. They will get chip leveled, though, in the end. Spit goes wide. Hello, Spit. Time to wake up. We got a Jockey as well in the mix. He gets cleared up as well.
Keep me for a bit.
and they are going to be headed through the final corridors of this chapter. Even if they get fully cleared here, they're going to be locking in almost 600 distance. And this has got to be the last nail in the coffin here. Nice collat charge. Hey, they're making it hit here at the end. You always got to be careful if you're a team who's getting ahead early on. You really can't let your foot off the trigger, or off the gas rather. I don't know how many triggers are foot operated, but I know one for a car called a pedal, and you got to be careful about letting your foot off the pedal there at the end, because the other team can creep up. That being said, Llantas is going to be out of that range. No matter how much Raw lets off the pedal, they can coast to the finish line at this point.
You're gonna have to do better than that to kill me.
They lock it in. 400 bonus, 700 distance. Well done by Raw. A very impressive initial showing here at RBT7. I will note, if you tuned into the Monday show, the kickoff show with MK and myself, you would have seen that this team Raw was actually pretty far down in the seedings. I think they were somewhere between 20 and 30 seed. But they've got a lot of experience here across a number of members. Ozzy, I'm not sure if he's the law or if he's here, but Ozzy, one of them who has just been playing on a number of very high-powered teams who have been finding top finishes. Let me play a quick replay here. Here was the beautiful charge play. Let's see it back. But again, I hope that anybody who sees this match is going to realize that Raw came to play. Seeding be damned. All right, headed back to our live match as Los Llantas going to have their last chance attempt here at Chapter 4. Respect them playing out this match. We have a little thing called competitive integrity, and they got it as well. Headed out of the safe room. We'll see if Raw's going to let them get out a little bit. Two come out. They run back in, but it's too late. The Charger and the Hunter side. Oh, unfortunately, that boom is going to interrupt, but they've got an even bigger hit to follow up. Whoa, Raw doing some shit I ain't never seen before. I thought it was an accident. They said, nah, bro, that stumble was on purpose. We got a combo here. Beautiful attack by Raw. They're going to be locking in like 15% first hit. Amazing. Tank going to be coming in. Team Captain Jinxie. Survivor's immediately going to run it back here. We got an assortment of cars at the Tank's disposal. Boom. Boom. Just going to be showing off his antique car collection here to the Survivors. And they're they're gonna run into the side room. The door is even shut on them. They've got this one room. Oh my god, the curved rock to the face. I mean, what do you even do about that? Look, he's gonna try to curve. I guess you could stand in the corner, but again, it's kind of the difference between the good teams and the great teams. You gotta know when you can go for that aggressive chip. That being said, Los Llantas needs all the chip they can get, because this tank is gonna be hauling ass into this tiny little room. He is going to try to get a little cheese, get the car through the door. You know, if you've ever tried to move in somewhere, you know the logistics involved in that sort of thing. I don't think a car would quite fit, but a rock will, and it's going to land straight onto the face of one of our survivors. Spit comes out, causing a havoc. They're all restrained to this one corner. I would have loved to see the tank just full out engage off of that, but they just be chilling. This tank is perfectly happy to just keep tossing them. Oh my god. He's been chipped down 30%, but he doesn't care. He just keeps throwing the rocks one after another. That one will be one of the odd rocks that misses. And Los Llantas just gunning it trying to be as aggressive as they can. They're going to be opening up there. Not going to be a double smack to start us off, thanks to Rochelle. Holding that S key, double in cap from the SIs, and surely that is going to be a full. I say that, but Jinxie is only on 10% health, and he's dealing with other survivors. He gets the double in cap there in the corner, and El Ruidatage goes down as well into the rocks, I suppose, on 1%. That will be the end for Jinxie, and they call GG's, and that will be the end of our match. All right, we had a ton of people tuning into this match, so I want to give a shout out to y'all. Welcome in, Rave. We also, of course, had a Blue Pigeon, Steez Camp, Power Straw, the usuals tuning in. Shout out to y'all as well. We got really big tournament action coming at you tomorrow morning, maybe tonight in the middle of the night. Who knows when these teams are going to register for their matches. We got like 15 or 20 matches left that haven't been scheduled, so who fucking knows when I'm going to be casting this weekend. It's probably just going to be insanity casting whenever I can. For now though, we have another match on our hands. We've got No Skilch Academy versus SmackDown. This is not for RBT7. This is for Pumita Cup. So if you are following Pumita Cup, or if you're interested about Pumita Cup, be sure to stay tuned in. The numbers are getting slimmed down. There's only going to be 4 teams left at the end of this week, and one of these teams is going to be knocked out. This is an elimination match. So that's going to be it from me for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then we'll be back with another cast. Stay tuned if you would like. But otherwise, RBT7, more action on the horizon. We'll see you soon.
Ellis, you shot me.